and gentlemen, welcome to the 21st Outright Financial Matters webinar series, brought to you by Finance Leap, where we financially learn, be inspired, and perform. Thank you for choosing to invest the next 1 hour with us, focusing on the topic financial planning for families, opportunities, and challenges. When we talk about financial planning for families, in Uganda and in the African context, a family is a very big thing. In a family, you have the spouse, you have the children, you have the siblings, you have the cousins, you have the aunties, you have the uncles, you have the grandparents, and sometimes part of the community. So navigating finances around that type of family requires to be appreciated and understood. And today, we'll be navigating that subject. And with us to help us navigate that subject is a seasoned family man, happily married, and a certified management accountant, senior lecturer, Uganda Christian University, Mukono, Dr. Robinson Isaac Ogwang. And to kickstart this discussion, but before I do, my name is Charles Warugahare, your moderator for this day, the founder of Finance Leap. I will begin with you, the audience. What is the main financial challenge most people face in families today? I will give you a few minutes, a few seconds to join the chat, and then I receive your comments. But as we do receive the comments, Doctor, we have been out of Christmas, we have been in the New Year, we have been in elections, we are now warming up for children going back to school. What is your aha moment, or the moment that excited you during that period? But also, what was your low moment during that period?
Thank you so much, Dr. Charles Balgare, the moderator. And good evening, our viewers, both YouTube and Zoom. Happy New Year. Dr. Charles, the last, I would say, 45 days from Christmas, New Year, and now elections had been that of multiple events, a lot of expectations, looking at the different candidates at all levels, presenting a proposal for the next 5 years. So I think the low moment was that election is becoming very expensive in the country. And then at election moment, productivity goes down. Everything is politics. And that is the lowest moment. Then the highest moment is that there are new ideas, there are new players coming on board, and opportunity for everybody to choose who is or our next leader should be. I think that is the greatest and significant opportunity in governance. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gwang. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Gwang, we are talking about finances in families. Now, having defined the family in the African or Ugandan context in that aspect. What does financial planning in a family look like?
I think this is a very important conversation. Looking at the family as the basic administrative unit, which is also recognized in the economic structure of the country. So financial planning is a complex, ongoing, I would say comprehensive process involving choice and decision making. And that's where it becomes complicated. Because your choice may not be my choice. And then decision has to be taken. And this should be the best decision going forward. And coming to the same decision when you all have different options becomes extremely very difficult. So the most important point is raising significant level of capital to make the family sustainable in any aspect of life. And this is challenging, and it is a complex managerial challenge. So Dr. Charles, it is also important, as you have said, from the perspective of Africa, but I must also say that it is not only Africa. Today we also have generational shift. What was a challenge in the generation of our parents or our grandparents is not a challenge to our generation and also to the generation of our children. So the issues of generational and cultural differences, especially now where families are international. You know, in my family, English is becoming common, an official language. And I am sure yours too. Yes, because now there are intermarriages and A, B, C, D, E. So because of all that generational and cultural differences, it provides some form of challenge in planning, in decision making, in allocation and utilization of resources. Then secondly, Dr. Charles, communication breakdown. One must communicate clearly and very well in order to bring everybody on board, because every decision must be owned by all family members. But where there's communication breakdown, somebody can easily say, I was not consulted. I did not provide any input in the decision-making process. And therefore, managing the team as a family becomes extremely very difficult. The next one is priorities. Priorities could be in debt repayment, savings in order to buy a home, investment in education, you know, savings for retirement, and all that. And not everybody will prefer one of all the options at the same time. There are family members who can say, we can go with all of them. There are those that will say, we can at least have one at a time. And also the issues of dependence comes in. There are some people who will say, after 18, somebody must provide for him or herself. But then there are others that will also say, no, that's not our culture. Our culture is that you provide for everybody until one is in a position to provide for him or herself.
Good. Now, hearing that from a family man, not just a family man, but an experienced and a caring man, how do you juggle to balance, to make sure that in a family, matters of money are discussed to ensure everybody comes out satisfied that these decisions we have made as a family are balanced or to the large extent, it's in our interest?
I think before I do this, I know other people also have other ways of doing it. Before we even think of money or income or the financial situation of a family, we must see and take interest in the individual family members, what they bring on board. And from there, we can know that we are pulling in the right direction. It is leadership to bring everybody on board. It is leadership to set an agenda for discussion. And it is leadership also to listen to everybody, even if he or she has divergent views. And then secondly, I said this is an ongoing process involving choice and decision making. It is important to analyze the financial situation of a family in terms of assets, in terms of liabilities, in terms of cash flow, you know, and in terms of level of exposures, especially risk, so that when you make decision, you are consolidating on the best that you have that can take you forward. You are looking at how can you handle short-term emergencies, how can you handle mid-term, and how can you handle long-term. Before you know it, you are talking of how are you going to pay school fees, how are you going to acquire a home for the family, how are you going to reduce debt burden, and how are you going to invest and review the investment strategies that can support one in retirement. It is also important, Dr. Charles and listeners, to bring on board the benefits of financial family planning. Because when you talk of the benefits of financial planning, somebody will start seeing that 1 + 1 is not 2, 1 + 1 is 3, because you are talking of increased savings. You are talking of competitive investment options. You are talking of reducing risk. You are talking on optimizing taxes, where, for example, on every given investment, after tax, the return is maximized, you know, and you are talking at things that you cannot do on your own, that you need collaboration, you need partnership. You are looking at where children should go to school, not that very expensive school, but where one can go and learn, acquire new set of skills, communication skills, problem-solving skills, decision-making skills, how to initiate a project, how to manage a project, how to write a report, and how to have relationship with people. At the end of it all, the standard of living of the family is raised. The family is achieving with the minimal resources at its disposal, and the family is not exposed in any way. That is the benefits that should come on board, so that one is in a position to see that 1 + 1 is 3. So whatever plan that we have, be it budgeting, savings, investment, risk management, must be prioritized. That is really the kind of conversation that we must bring on the family table, on the family dinner table, when we are talking about financial planning.
Okay. Wonderful. Dear viewers, dear listeners, today we are focusing on financial planning for families, opportunities, and challenges. And with us to navigate us through the topic is Dr. Robinson Isaac Ogwang. And for those joining in, you are warmly welcome on our channels, YouTube and Zoom. And thank you for joining in. Dr. Ogwang, money even on in a family, it's very hard to talk about. Now, when we come to money in a family, it must be even harder. Why is it so, Doctor?
I think it is because of our communication styles. And it is also because of how we perceive money. If we look at money as a medium of exchange, and money not as an end in itself, then we should not have any problem talking about money. It should not be about money, because money is something that if you don't have it, then nothing works. That means we are not thinking. We must be in a position to look for ways to make money and make money work for us than worshiping money. Then the next thing is we need also to see the risk that is associated with money, so that we put money in best investment options that can generate more, and from that the benefits can be seen. But if that is not done, we feel like we have it today. If we misuse it, we shall never have it tomorrow, and we shall go back to zero. I think that is the mentality that must be taken away. We must be productive. Like, for example, let's talk of agriculture. Today in Uganda, 60 to 65 to 70% are employed in agriculture. And this is a rain-fed agriculture. Whether you're in coffee, you're in tea, you're in tobacco, you're in maize, it's a rain-fed agriculture. Last year, second rain, November, we are not expecting drought. Drought came, destroyed everything in the garden. You see? And that's the risk associated. But if we could start looking at entrepreneurship as innovators, where we are not only relying on rain-fed agriculture, we are also investing on climate change agriculture, irrigation. One would not fear putting his money in the second season to grow maize, because he knows he's going to have water throughout the season, and is going to get better yield. So improve productivity. He can also talk of value addition. Then he can look for a competitive market. If we make money become a vehicle to drive our productivity, adding value and looking for market, then we are taking away the culture where we sleep with the money under our pillows, under our beds, without informing any child about where the money is kept, because it's going to attract people to come and break into their home. But if we put this money into production as a factor of production, then we start seeing it in a different way, using different lenses. To me, that is how I see it. That is the conversation I can have over money, and I always have over money at a family level, and not only at a family level, at clubs that I sit with, and also at communities that I want to empower, so that you don't get this situation where in a family of 10, you only have one people with money. The rest, you know, and I'm talking crudely money because from that you have ownership of land, you know, machinery, and all those kind of things. But to me, that's how I continue to see it. And that's how it must be defined, especially in this 21st century where we are talking of a paradigm shift to a cashless economy and knowledge economy.
Doctor raises a fundamental issue of money being seen in terms of goods and services, whereby when you have land, people should see it as money. When you have a house, people should see it as money, and therefore decisions around all those assets is actually family decisions around money. But as we delve deeper into this subject, Doctor, we have been in Christmas, we are in the New Year, we are just finished elections, we have few days school fees. At a time like this, what should be the conversation around money in a family be like?
Very good. I think this makes this topic so relevant because we are talking of financial planning, family financial planning, challenges and opportunities. We had a roadmap in the country that election was going to be in 2026 January. The school calendar was also has been out. We are all aware that in February children will go back to school. So this is part of the planning that I've been talking about, that is an intellectual process involving choice and decision making. I'm not trying to say that once you have a plan, you will not be exposed to lack of, cash flow issues. There will always be that, and we call that unexpected. But it can be mitigated compared to when you don't have a plan. So when you prioritize education, you make savings towards tuition, and when children are going to school, when you have good relationship with the school, you have been a parent there, possibly you don't have everything, you can be said, okay, pay this portion, and then we give you 2 weeks to do it. So should not be something that if I don't do it, the world is going to come down that day. You know, so, and that is planning, and that is communication, and that is decision making. And all this should be at a family level. There must also be issues of decision making. Which school should you take the child? Is it an international school? Is it a private school? Is it a government school? In financial planning, once well executed in an ideal way, our goal is financial security. So don't go to a school that will expose you to cash flow issues and challenges, because education is on a termly basis. For those in university, semester basis, and the cycle is too fast, just every 3 months. So much as education is an investment, not a cost, we must go for decisions that fit our income level. And that is very key conversation at a family level. And we must also move away from, because you're a financial professional, an accountant who had seen it all, you also want your children to be that, you want your children to do medicine, and you want them to be lawyers, but yet their calling is different. We also, it's part of financial planning to sit on the table with them and listen to their career choices and the path to take and how long it will take to achieve that. Because you may make from one end and then you spend it in a way that is unpredictable and is not predetermined, and then the financial goal of financial security will definitely not be achieved. So these are conversations that must always be ongoing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. He brings a fundamental point around a conversation around one, this is the beginning of the year, setting priorities for the year. Priorities around how are we going to attract money? How are we going to effectively use money throughout this year? Priorities around where and how are we going to invest? Priorities around how do we actually protect what we actually have? When we have that kind of conversation at the table in a family, then issues around school fees, issues around the basic requirements start to be included in the agenda on the table in a balanced form. And that's why money must be on the table in a home. Ladies and gentlemen, the conversations are getting hotter. Now, in many families, the issue around money, some people have decided to have peace and not even talk about money. In the home, you find the head of the family is like, I am struggling alone. Let me see what happens. Is that safe, or it is just postponing problems?
I think a problem postponed is a problem that is made more complicated. And there is no problem without a solution. And everything that we do, there are people who have experienced and they have done it. We need to open up. We need to consult where we don't have answers. As I said earlier on, in the family, we must look at what everybody brings on board in terms of skills, in terms of competences, in terms of exposure, then make use of them in decision making, in planning, in prioritizing financial goals, in building family assets, in protecting family assets. But we must not just be silo family. Let's be integrated. Where we don't have answers, let's run out. Get, for example, financial consultant. Get a mentor. You know, have discussions on investment options, on what to expect, and the risks associated with them. That becomes so clear. And living within our means, standard of living is rising, but there are cost implications. You may choose to go and have honeymoon in Dubai, go to US. It's your choice. But there are cost implications. If you are prioritizing education for your children, you are prioritizing life in retirement, you are prioritizing having an emergency fund in case of emergencies, then the priorities should be different, should be discussed. I always challenge students when they are going back to school, give me your requirements. And you know, during our days, we would go to school. There were no visitations.
Those were your days.
Those were our days. But today, the list of requirements is bigger than the tuition itself. So you have to sit down with a child and ask him or her to make justifications for those lists. And then try to align to the objectives of the education and see what you can handle and where you cannot handle. You need to talk it over. You need to talk it over. And at the end you would say, this is what I have. From this, prioritize what you can get out of what I've given you. So you create a room for ownership of the decision and also for making a child to know that getting money is not easy. And when you get it, you need to use it well. You need to use it well. So this is really an ongoing conversation. I don't want to claim here that because I'm a family man, I don't have challenges with this. In fact, I have multiple challenges. And the reason why this topic is of interest. Yeah, but the point is, once you sit down and have a conversation, the problem will always be lighter. So we need to consult. We need to make decisions in relations to our budget, looking at the cash flow situation, and also knowing that this is something that we are not only working for, we are also planning for retirement, and we are also planning for education of the children, and also we must also have some emergency fund where necessary. Yes.
What I seem to hear here is that you have to open up, put a number of things on the table during this time so that a number of people are able to be brought on board, to be able to see the picture, and then they may be the ones actually providing solutions in terms of where to cut, in terms of where to focus, in terms of where to pay more attention to, and that is what is going to drive good financial planning around money. Now, doctor, you came driving to here. In your car, there is a dashboard. That dashboard shows you that fuel is low. You need to put fuel at the next petrol station. That dashboard shows you that you are overspeeding. Reduce the speed. In terms of finances for a family, paint for us a picture of that kind of dashboard.
This is very interesting. In the family, we must definitely use resources sparingly. And for us to use resources sparingly, it will take us back to planning. We need to plan for everything we need to have. We need to save. We need to invest. We need to review our investment strategies. And we need to manage our risk. Because if we don't manage the risk, the fuel gauge you were talking about will run down and we stop on the road without any buffer to refill the gauge. But you must know, in a family, it's not only transport. In a family, you are talking about rental. You are talking about security. You are talking about feeding. You are talking about education. You are talking about health. Dr. Charles, we have just come out of election. If there's something that makes financial planning for the families very complicated, is health and education. Is health and education. And I want to encourage, just as part of risk management, in the case of health, let's take advantage of any available public service that is free. Immunization is free. Let's have children immunized against the killer diseases. Let's sleep under treated mosquito nets, because malaria is the #1 killer disease in the country. But now malaria is also immunizable. Cervical cancer, screening for women, but it's also immunizable. Let's take that option too. Hepatitis B, it is also immunizable, and it is the leading cause of liver cancer. Let's take advantage of that. This is public health awareness, because in case of ill health, cost of hospitalization, hospital visits, takes away any savings that should go for retirement, that should go to education. So let's prioritize that, so that we have money, we have cash flow that is adequate, that can make our gauge run around without stopping. In case of education also, let's not look at the cost of education. Let's look at the quality of education, where we can have quality, affordable education. As family, let's go for it, so that, and let's advocate for quality and comprehensive education in the country, so that we can have the next knowledge workers, people fit for the next knowledge economy. And finally, we need to manage family risk, protect the assets. We need to manage our estates. We need to have will. The same way you fight so much to have your name in the land title, in the machinery, let's also have that plan. In an event that you are sick, in an event that you want to transition responsibility, then there's somebody you have mentored in a position to take such responsibility. That is what will make that gauge run without stopping. That is what will make that family drive the family members to financial stability, financial security, and sustainability. That planning should be part of the culture. And planning without financial discipline is nothing. It's like strategy without action. There must be financial discipline, so that we can have well transition from generation of grandparents to the children, to the grandchildren, and then impact on the community, because these resources come from the community. Sustainability requires that you give back to the community. You invest in the community.
Thank you so much, Doctor. In the next 5 minutes, I will be opening the chat room for questions and comments. Time runs so fast when we are discussing these kind of matters, so time is not always our friend. But Doctor, I am curious. You mentioned that these two key cost drivers must be paid attention to. One was education, the other was medical. Why is that?
Very simple. To talk of high quality of life, competitive quality of life, you must have education. Education is an investment. Education is not a cost. You must also be healthy. A healthy mind lives in a healthy body. But the investment to provide these services are so expensive. There are people who have invested heavily in education and they want to get the return on their investments. So definitely parents will pay in terms of tuition. So is medical care. And again, the population has grown so high that both public and private health services, schools, educational institutions may not be enough to provide all that it takes. The generation of our parents were not doing interviews. After education, could it be at diploma level, not even degree or master's or PhD of today? They would get a key to a house. They would get an office. They would start earning at the end of the month. But today, you invest in education, children will still come after graduation to look at you, Dr. Charles, for transport, for feeding, for shelter, name it. So during our days, you know, they would ask, can you make a decision of selling family land to pay tuition for your child or your daughter at the university? It was easy to say yes, but not now. So times change. Times change. So they are critical because even if you pay for this education, you must also be in a position to provide employment. You must be in a position to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get a job or start your own investments. And how can you start investments when you have not saved, when you have not earned? You may pay highly for medical services, then they say the capacity to diagnose, to treat you is not here. You go out of the country. So it makes, and they are not everybody has capacity even to pay for private health facilities in the country. What about out of the country? How many Ugandans have passport? And even if people have passport, when you are going out, you are going knowing that you are going and you are coming back maybe 3, 4 days, maybe something easier to plan. But if you are going for health-related issues where you are going to stay overtime, it becomes a serious family challenge. And we have all gone through this, we have seen this. It is really not an easy thing. So you cannot have a conversation on family financial planning or matters of finances in a family without talking about education, without talking about medical care.
The point is made that you cannot have a conversation around family finances without putting these two things, education and health, because they are the key drivers of costs of the family. The channels are now open for comments online. They are welcome. We'll be able to receive the comments so that Doctor here comments and questions so that Dr. Ogwang can respond to them to your satisfaction. Doctor, as we wait for the comments from the audience, many people are looking at us and are looking forward to guidance in terms of what kind of habits that can help shape and influence decisions around money at the family table. What kind of habits do we need to nurture that can help us shape and influence decisions on finances around the table?
I think honesty and being transparent about money matters. We need to account to our family members on the sources of our income, the costs required to earn, so that we don't have these expectations where children think you go to the ATM and you get money. Where we start seeing what is happening and you want also to be in that standard. We want to really have honest conversation, honest discussion, that money is earned, money is worked for, it takes time, it must be saved, it must be invested, and it has to be prioritized in many ways. So that conversation requires integrity on the source of money, on where we put the money, on where we expect, and how long it takes to get that return, and the costs associated with it. That should be an open conversation in order to take away that habit. From that, it will take us to now, how do we use the money that we have rightly earned? So wastage expenditures, living today like as if there is no tomorrow, and being selfish and just looking at, so this is the family member, so I invest only in my family members. You don't have a responsibility of a child who is outside, doing very well, or missing, but lacking tuition. So I think we need to have that kind of conversation so that the importance of money can be seen with those who have it, and therefore those who don't have it also start admiring how they got it and how they are using it to transform society, so that in a short run you have everybody competing to honestly earn money and also to put it to the right use. I think this is a habit that we need to work towards. And then secondly, we must say important opportunities. We must honestly, for those who are successful, for those who have made major breakthrough, mentorship is key. Sit down with young people, those who have just come out of universities. Let them know that not that all that glitters is gold. Even you started with sweeping. Sleeping under the veranda to make your first money. And then this is what you prioritized, and it is where you are. And let them know that you're also not safe. That's why you wake up very early in the morning and you sleep very late. Because as long as you are alive, you must continue working. You must continue challenging yourself. It's never uhuru. It's never uhuru. So that the habit of laziness, the habit of working hard, the habit of getting an expert to consult of a problem, so that you can go and implement and come back, give the feedback, what you are getting out, would so much help. And we could generate many people with same level of thinking, and that is how a society is transformed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ogwang. Ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for comments, questions from the audience, one key thing, Doctor, that becomes very challenging, that I've personally faced, is harmonizing immediate demands with short-term demands, and long-term expectations or planning for the future. Making sure that our money for the family is viewed into the immediate, a portion is put into the medium term, the portion is put into an angle to look into the long term. I found it very challenging when somebody needs bread, when somebody needs this, you are saying, let's also think long term. How have you looked at this, and what guidance can you give our listeners?
It is not your challenge alone. It is a challenge to all of us. This is a bucket of wants. But we need to prioritize what we need today to survive tomorrow. The planning will segment what is immediate, what is mid-term, and what is long-term. But doctor, there's something that you cannot sacrifice. And that is immediate. It is feeding, food, water, you know, family security. These are important. Don't prioritize the future so much to the extent that you neglect what you need today. If you eat once because now you have reached an age where lifestyle you are trying to balance, a child who is in primary, who is in secondary, who is in university must eat breakfast, must eat lunch, must eat supper, must take evening tea. He must have balanced diet. You know, we are having stunted growth. Our statistics, the most recent housing and population census, these are government official reports. You have stunted growth in an area where there is a lot of food, you know. And there must be awareness on the kind of food that children must eat. Expecting mother must have, you know. Somebody based on his or her occupation must have. Because it's really for children, it's not stunted growth that somebody is short, but it is also retardation of brain development. At a time when we need thinkers, we need innovators, we need planners. So much as we are prioritizing family income and cash flow, let's prioritize the daily needs of the family, and that is feeding. Let's prioritize that. Let's not work so much and forget that. Then the long-term retirement. What have you saved? What have you invested for long-term in retirement when you don't have energy to run around? That is key. And there is no one size that fits it all. Doctor, you are my friend. We discuss, we share, but my family needs, demands, and expectations will not be your family demands, needs, and expectations. It is not cut and paste. So that's why we need to assess our assets. We need to assess our level of income, cash flow, liabilities, so that we can work and live within our means. Because at the end of it all, it's not about how much money you earn or how much money you have, but how you spend the very little that you have. And that is key. That is key. If my child can go to a rural school in Lira and then get a first grade, be in a position to join a secondary school and then to university, be it. You know, not everybody must come to a boarding school in Kampala and you are paying everything and you don't have money for all age. I think this is something that we need to bring to this conversation.
I think what Dr. Ogwang is actually saying, it's that it's a very, very complicated matter to harmonize the immediate needs with the medium-term needs, with the long-term needs. It requires focused thinking to be able to put some little money towards the medium, to put some little money towards the long term, because the current needs sometimes overwhelm us, and we end up actually exhausting the money. Then by the time we reach retirement, we did not put aside anything. It's very challenging, but this conversation must be at the table, particularly with the family, so that they have a very good understanding of this perspective. Because the long term is equally important. Doctor, there are many students, there are many youth, there are many people out there listening to us. One of the things that they would want to run away with in this conversation is, what is it that they can go and do differently from here, following this webinar around finances in their home?
There are three things. There's three things that I can promise you, I can tell you, because it works. The first one is planning, planning, planning. With or without resources, make planning your asset. Have high goals, high targets. Never lower them, even in most difficult circumstances. Be very ambitious. And if you cannot achieve that target, keep it as high as possible, but just adjust the action steps. How long it takes to get to that target without lowering your goal, without lowering your target. If the target was for 3 years, given the circumstances, you can adjust to 5 years, but keep the target high. The second one is...
The third.
The third one is be your own leader. Invest in yourself.
Okay.
Look for guidance for those who have made it. Make successful people your friends. And never postpone a problem. Time management is critical. Don't postpone marriage because you don't have resources. Please pray for your plans, put them before the Lord in prayer, and then He will have options for you, but you also keep on trying. Bring your challenges before people who have succeeded. They may have an idea or two to help you navigate the challenges. We talk of navigating the financial path.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ogwang. Time is not our friend, and we have to come to a close. Thank you so much, our audience. Thank you so much for the comments we have seen in the chat room. Thank you so much for being there today. We appreciate your time. We assure you that this year is different. We have many panelists lined up for this year. The programs are already on our website. You can actually check there and see which month you want to join directly. We are grateful. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless you.
Yes.
God bless you.